Want to know the one tool that you can use that will majorly increase your middle school math students' state test scores? If you're a middle school math teacher and feeling the pressure of testing season, keep watching because I'm spilling the beans on test review. If you are new around here, my name is Kathy Martin and I help 6th, 7th, 8th grade and Algebra 1 math teachers experience more aha moments in the classroom and save time and money on their lesson planning and resources. So, what is this tool and how can you get your hands on it? The answer may surprise you. Did you guess it? Ah, if you haven't guessed it, it's using previous release test questions or previous practice tests. I printed them out online. They look just like this. And if you're thinking, wait a minute, huh? Using previous release practice tests is boring. And when I do it in my class, it feels like absolute pulling teeth of my students. It's the worst. Okay, so I totally get it. You are definitely not alone. But here are three ways that I use practice tests to help my students feel successful on the upcoming state test and hopefully increase their test score. Okay, so we do have to go over teaching basics, right? Like reading directions, making sure we understand what the question is asking us to do, and just overall basic testing strategies. And that's why I do like using these previously released test questions. I go into much more detail. If you would like to check out the more detailed video, check out my video all about testing or test taking strategies. I will link the video below in the description so you can just click on over and watch that. I'm not going to go over all of the testing strategies that I recommend in this video, but that's the one reason why I really like using previous release test questions is because students can really see how the questions are set up, what it looks like, and how do we go about all of our basic testing strategies, okay? Number two, I don't necessarily like print out the page and always give them to my students, but what I like to do is sprinkle in these test prep questions throughout the day as you normally would. Like I might pull out this question right here. It's about coordinate planes. It's asking you what is the coordinate of point J right here on this sheet, and it gives you four answers. And I might just draw this exact coordinate plane as part of my bell ringer, and maybe not even give four options. I just want to ask my students, tell me what is the coordinate point of point J. Put that into my bell ringer. Personally, my bell ringers are 4 questions a day. So I might give my students 3 questions on what we're currently going over in class, and then I'll throw in this fourth question that might be a previous release test question, or at least it's going to be a review question from something they have not seen in a while that could be on the test. Okay, and then and you could do this using bell ringers. You could do this using exit tickets if you're an exit ticket person. I'm personally not an exit ticket person, but that's okay. Or you could use this during stations time if you use math stations. And if you don't, I highly recommend that you do. And then number 3, use practice questions when you're playing games in your class. If you're playing a game like Around the World, if you're playing Grudge Ball, if you have no idea what these games I'm talking about are, check out my video where I do share how to play some of my favorite review games for state testing, and I go over these 2 games. But if you're playing whole class games, and I'll link that video below as well. If you're playing some of these games, like as I mentioned, Around the World, Grudge Ball, etc., and you're like, just like I hate playing these games because it takes too long to come up with questions, use previously released test questions. Boom, done. It takes you, a couple of minutes just to kind of like figure out what questions you want to ask. Super easy, and it allows your students to see how some of these questions are structured that have come out in previous tests. The more students see the types of questions that are on the test, like we can't teach the test. We don't know what questions are on the test, but we can pull from previous tests, right? But anyway, the more that they can see the types of these questions so that they get a feel for it, the more comfortable that they'll be on the actual exam. And then we can't teach to the test, but we can help our students be the most prepared. Check out the next video where I'm going to be sharing how to reach all of your different types of learners so everyone is successful on the test. And if you would like, register now for our next free training all about state test prep for success, especially for middle school math teachers, where I will show you everything that you need to prepare for state testing with easy, relevant, practical math strategies that you can get started right away. And you'll be able to print a certificate for 1 hour of professional development. All you have to do is also click the link below in the description box. See you then. Bye for now.